So why is the stock market going up today? What's going on, team? It's Ricky with Technical Solutions. And I'm going to make this video very short and sweet. And one of the things that I want to talk about is the announcement that we had today, which we have pretty much on a weekly schedule. Is for the first time ever since the peak of the pandemic, it has fallen under 1 million for the first time ever. So as you guys can see from the overall peak that we have had from March to April, we have been making a steady recovery. And although we are still not where we want to be, according to the market, it is a step in the right direction as we have now fallen for the first time ever under 1 million new claims for unemployment. The continued claims are still over 15.5 million, which is down a little bit under 600,000 based off of the previous week. The other thing that I do want to talk about that the market still, I don't feel like, has taken into consideration is that the real GDP based off of the report that we received today is down nearly 33% based off of the previous quarter. And one of the things that we have to know is that consumer spending, if I'm not mistaken, is made up of 2/3 of our GDP. And one of the things that we can directly see that has acted as a correlation to that is that based off of where we were last year, right, for Q2, savings was at 7%, and now savings is at 25%. More now than ever before, people are more cautious of where they put their money, and because we are spending less and saving more, of course, that's going to have an overall negative influence on our overall GDP, and yet the market is still pushing up. Of course, depending on which market you're paying attention to, has pushed up more than the others. If we look at the 180-day chart for /NQ, which is for the NASDAQ, we can see that we're pretty close to 180-day highs. Based off of its correlating ETF, this is TQs, based off of previous highs right around 132, we are trading right now at 130 flat. And this is after a recent pullback. So if we go on the 1 day, 1 minute chart, we could actually see that we recently pulled back, and it has been doing an absolute amazing job since market open, that it has been holding above the SMA line. Although it did pull back a little bit, it's still holding above the SMA line and remaining bullish. One of the things that we tried to preach, especially if you're part of the Learn Plan Profit group, is that the overall market right now is just so bullish. TQs is so bullish. And I do agree with a lot of you. The market is now again in the same position that we were at before, where it's become a little bit more on the overbought side. Not even just looking at other indicators, but just looking at previous trading prices, that when something pushes up within a very short period of time and becomes overbought, don't be surprised if we then begin to pull back and correct ourselves. I'm not saying that the market's going to crash, but one of the things that we need to take into consideration is that understanding how it trades, right? And that a healthy uptrend has its rallies, but also has its little corrections where it corrects itself pretty much back to the SMA line. That has been a very common support level, as you guys can see, and then it continues that rally again if that pattern proves itself to be. So as of right now, I'm very excited to follow up with TQs. TQs on the day is so overbought that I just decided to step away. But one of the stocks that I am paying attention to, and this actually has to do to one of our Learn Plan Profit members, is now that we are approaching the month of September, and again, school is going to resume back into session, is one of the platforms that has been very popular during this unfortunate time is Chegg. Chegg has recently pulled back to the SMA line. I understand that this isn't for everyone, but I saw potential in it, so I just wanted to see if you guys did as well. Chegg has recently pulled back to the SMA line, and today it had about a 4% day. But based off of where it was before to based off of previous trading prices, that offers nearly a 22% return in comparison to if we wait for the break above the EMA line to previous highs, that's about a 15% return. Again, there's no such thing as a perfect trade or a perfect swing trade, but it's just making sure that you put your money in something that you see value in and that you think that can appreciate over time, especially as Chegg becomes a very popular platform and service during the school year. So let me know in the comment section what you guys think about this. But altogether, I really hope that you guys learned something new in this video. If you guys did, don't forget to subscribe. I hope that you guys absolutely smash that like button. And if you guys haven't done so already, we do run an absolute free Facebook group. It's the first link down below. And if you want to connect with like-minded individuals, then this is the place to do so. I really do appreciate you guys' time. We'll see you guys on the next one. And until then, like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.